And that was the Palestine High School Band with our national anthem, and we're only seconds away from getting this game underway as we're trying to get everything set up here.
We've got a nice press box here. We're a long ways away from the field, but it's also a good view as we're looking straight down on the 50-yard line, up high above the stadium. As the Palestine stands are pretty high, and there's also about an 8-lane track in front of the stands before you get to the field. So we're pretty good ways away from the game field, but should have a good view here.
And Charlie, one thing we always like, and we've got a partial open window tonight, so we can see out.
Got half of it open.
Got half of it open.
You know, I like to hear that noise out there, and it makes you feel like you're more at the ball game. When you're inside, you can't hear the outside noise. You don't feel like that you really at a football game. So I hope the Henderson fans have something to holler about tonight, because the Lions have worked really hard this week to get ready for this third non-district ball game before we start district next week. And we had very little to holler about the last 2 weeks, so let's hope the fans will be all hoarse when they get home tonight.
All righty, let's see. Dropping back deep to receive the kickoff is Bo Page on the far side, Fred Bowens in the middle, and Brian Brown on this side. The up backs are Josh Hardy and I believe Joe Powell and Jake Poole, as Stan Stevenson, the quarterback, who is also their kicker, punter, 170-pound senior, will be kicking the ball off from the 40-yard line.
Mr. Everything for Palestine. He does a lot. We'll see who's going to handle the football here. He's a sidewinder kicker, soccer style, kicks barefooted.
And here is the kick. Going down to the goal line. Fred Bowen lets it bounce. It's going to go into the end zone, and we're going to have a touchback. So the Lions will take over tonight, first and 10 from the 20-yard line.
That ball hit in front of Fred and took a sideways bounce. Fred probably would have tried to pick it up if he could have, because the ball was not kicked very high. It was more or less of a line drive, but he couldn't get to the ball to field it in the air, so the ball bounced away from him, and all he could do was just let the ball roll out of the end zone. So the Lions set up first and 10 from the 20.
Charlie, the Wildcats will be in a 50 defense with a nose guard and defensive tackles and defensive ends. Okay, Chris Redwine split to the far side. We're in the I. Adams under center. He turns around, hands the ball off to Brian Brown. Brown out to about the 20-yard line, and he's going to be brought down in there for practically no gain.
That time they lined up in an I wing with two tight ends, and the wingback moved out to the right to wide before the ball was snapped. The quarterback went back and handed it straight off to Brian Brown right up the middle, but Palestine had a good defense set for that, as they had a nose guard and two linebackers who would not block. So no gains for the Lions on first and 10, so it's going to be second and 10. Three substitutes in for the Lions. Cody Keir's in the backfield now, and I believe that's
Fred Bowens.
Fred Bowens, a tailback.
Adams under center now. Turns around, hands the ball off to Fred Bowens. Bowens backs to the outside up to about the 25-yard line. Gain of about 5 looks like on the play, so it should bring up a third down and 5 situation.
Good second down play there, Mike. After needing 10 yards, we picked up at 5, so third and 5 from the 25 as play just starts here with 10:55 and running. No score as the Lions just took the kickoff, in case you just joined us.
Substitutes now for the Lions. Kenneth Williams into the game. I see Jake Poole going out. Lions break out of the huddle. Third down and 5. Kenneth Williams to this side, Redwine to the far side with the I formation. Adams is under center. He takes a snap, drops back, hands off to Fred Bowens. Coming to this side, he's to the 25 to the 27-yard line.
Good tackle.
Good tackle that time by Ray Garcia, 195-pound senior linebacker. And he is he was all-district last year and was their most valuable player on defense. And he closed that gap quick, Charlie.
Yeah, he did. We had a pretty good little hole there right at the point of attack, but he's a good linebacker, and he did what he's supposed to do. He scraped off behind the defensive lineman untouched and made a closed line tackle there for about a 2-yard gain. So on 4th and 3, we're going to be forced to punt. Shannon Cox will be setting up on about the 15-yard line to kick the football.
Pinson and number 9, number 8, Byron Reeves backed for the Wildcats. Good kick. Spiral hits down about the 40-yard line, down to the 35, 30.
He picked it up.
Picked it up, and now he's headed for the other side of the field, trying to get his wall set up, and he's going to be hit in there and brought down by number 57, Alfredo Gonzalez. But there are flags everywhere, Charlie, and when you see those kind of flags, it usually means an illegal block.
Yeah, somebody made a block just about the time he turned with the football there, and 2 or 3 officials threw the flag, so he probably was blocked in the back, usually. That's exactly what it is.
Official looks at the press box here. Says illegal block to the back. Penalty going to be marked off against the Wildcats back to the, I will call it the 19-yard line. Well, they'll set up shop, 1st and 10.
So that's a good punt there and a good deal. We'll take that. Anytime you kick from your own 15 and put them back on their 19, you've done a real good job of punting and good job of covering the football. The Palestine let the ball hit and roll, and when it did, the Lions were there.
Out in the split backs with the wing back, 2 tight end set. Stevenson is the quarterback, man in motion to this side. Turns around, gives the ball to the dive back. I believe that was Gill, and he's maybe for 2 yards to the 22-yard line.
Pretty good defense there. The Lions were pretty well stacked up in there as we're looking for the run down here deep in the Palestine territory, and about 2 yards, Mike, like you said, 2nd and 8.
John Poole, the middle linebacker, stepped in, made that tackle. Linebackers right now are middle linebacker John Poole, Charlie Bagley on one outside, and I believe Patrick McGinnis on the other side. Wildcats out of the huddle again, same formation. Stevenson under center. He takes a snap, hands off to Gill to the far side. He breaks through to the 35-yard line. About a 14-yard gain and a 1st down as Roger Gill, the 5'10", 190-pound senior, broke over that time, Charlie.
He sure did. He found a little daylight there, and he's strong. Once he gets up a little steam, he's really hard to bring down. He's got powerful legs, and that time is just a straight handoff. That wasn't any kind of veer, but just a lead play where one back led through, and they did a good job of picking us up, and we hauled him down. Not before. A good game by the Wildcats. First down of the ball game.
Now they have a man split out to this side and 2 tight end set. Now 1 tight end set. Here we go. Let's see. Stevenson under center. Long count. The pitch back on the sweep to Pinson. He breaks to this side. Is going to be tripped up in there after a short gain by Chris Redwine.
Chris Redwine came in and went for his feet and tripped him up, but he fell about 3 yards forward. So not a bad play. It looked like when that play originated, it's going to be a pretty big play as they had some daylight outside, and he gained about 3.5 yards, I'd say. I'd say 2nd and long 6.
Long 6, a 6.5. Ball spotted near the Palestine 39-yard line. Wildcats out of the huddle again. Stevenson under center. Here's the snap. Hand off to Pinson again. He's into the middle of the line of scrimmage for a short gain as maybe gained about 3 yards that time, according to where the spot of the ball is. There wasn't much there that time, Charlie.
Not a whole lot, but he got a little momentum, found a little crease there, and picked up a little more than I thought he was going to. It's going to be 3rd and about 2, or short 2 this time. So the first 3rd down defensive play for the Lions here is we're 7:37 the first quarter with no score. Palestine's first time to have the football, facing a 3rd and 2 here. The Lions need to stop them, make them kick the ball on this side of the end of the football field right now. Let's hope they can. Here we go.
3rd and 2. Wildcats now to the line of scrimmage. Stevenson trying to get a man to shift to the other side and got his formation set right. And now he's going to have to take a timeout, and we'll just keep it right here since we're having some problems here in the radio station. At 7:15 here in the first quarter. And Charlie, those that just joined us, the Lions took the opening kickoff. The ball went into the end zone. They brought it back out to the 20-yard line. 3 plays, gained 7 yards. A good punt, illegal block to the back, set the Wildcats down on the 19, but Roderick Gill, their fine all-district running back, made a 14-yard run. Now the ball is spotted out of, I think I misspotted it a while ago. It's on the 42-yard line now. It's going to be 3rd down and about 2, and the Wildcats have to spend one of their timeouts as
I think they came up there and never did line up correctly. In fact, I think the way they lined up, we had our strong side to their weak side, and I noticed as the guy moved, our secondary kind of looked at each other like, hey, I'm not supposed to be over here, and he's not either. And Palestine called a timeout. So when we come back to play, it's going to be the first big 3rd down play of the game for the Wildcats offensively, and first defensive 3rd down play that they try to stop. So let's see what the Wildcats try on 3rd and short.
3rd and short. They're in a 2 tight end set with a wing. Stevenson under the center. He takes a snap, hands off to Gill. Gill breaks over. He's to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Palestine Wildcats.
Oh, I tell you, he hit that opening, and I don't know where our secondary was, but he ran up, they weren't there. He ran by the linebackers, and our secondary was Well, he had a lot of daylight, and nobody put a hand on him.
Charlie,
Right?
I couldn't see what play. Was that just a down-the-line veer that time?
No, it was the same play that they ran the first down a while ago, just a lead play, lead play. And he broke a little more outside this time. And once he hit the secondary, there was nothing there but daylight.
58 yards for the touchdown as the Wildcats take the lead, and Stevenson now will attempt the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. So that makes our score the Palestine Wildcats 7, the Henderson Lions 0. As the Lions go off, their coach is trying to regroup them over there. As the Wildcats started on their 19-yard line, an 81-yard drive, and the big play being two runs by Roderick Gill, a 14-yard run out to about the 38-yard line. Then he broke over to the right side of the Henderson defensive line to go 58 yards for the touchdown.
Well, we've got our work cut out for us here as Palestine has scored on the first series. That was an 81-yard drive, Mike, and it didn't take many plays either.
Two big plays being, as I said, the 14-yard scamper by Gill and then the 58-yard touchdown run, and the Lions find themselves in a hole 7-0 with 7:06 to go here in the first quarter. Stevenson now lined up to kick off. Back deep for the Lions, number 4, Fred Bowens, 15, Brian Brown, and number 20, Bo Page. Stevenson kicked the ball last time. He hit about the 15-yard line and took a bounce and rolled into the end zone.
We need to catch that ball in the air. I tell you, so many times it happens. You're set to stop a short yardage play, and they break all the way. That's what happened that time. We got caught up somewhere, but we didn't lay a hand on him. That
Here's
shouldn't
the
happen.
Kick coming down about the 4-yard line to Brian Brown. He's back to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, and he's going to be brought down in there about the 15-yard line, as the Wildcats had that one pretty well covered up on this side. So the Lions take over now, 1st and 10. Ball spotted at their own 15-yard line. Certainly the Lions just need a big play right now. They need something to get them excited and get a little bit of momentum going.
They sure do. I tell you, that's the longest run we've seen against our defense all year, I think, and it didn't come at a very good time because he kind of got the momentum on old Palestine side. So as you said, with 6:55 to go in the first quarter, second time we get the ball, we need to move that football this time.
I believe Brown and Page in the backfield now. The ball on the 15. Here's the handoff to Brian Brown, and he's going to be tripped up in there almost immediately as 65 65 Scott Lane, their fine defensive left end. Must have been on a stunt that time because he just drove in there, got Brian by the ankles for a loss of about 1 on the play.
He must have been stunning inside because Brian ran the football off right off the guard. He came from in position, made the play, as you said. So, but it was lost about a half a yard probably.
Yep, 65, that's Lane. He's lined up at the defensive end on the far side in the 5-man front. Adams under center now. Hands off to Fred Bowens. Bowens breaks over to about the 20-yard line, and he'll have about a 4 or 5-yard gain on the play, but it's still going to bring up a 3rd down at about a 6.
Not a bad play, but we wouldn't like it every time if we're going to move that chain because it was 2nd and 11. Now it's going to be about 3rd and 6. So big play here. They got us backed up on the 19-yard line, but we're 7 points down, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Alexander throw the football here because we need, like I say, we need to move that chain some way, and sometimes you got to take a chance, even backed up. So
3rd and 6 now as Adams brings the team out of the huddle. Bowens and Page in the backfield in the eye. Adams hands off to Fred. Fred to the 28-yard line or the 24-yard line. And I believe the referee's going to mark it about the 25. Charlie, looks like it's going to be just about a yard.
It's going to be about a yard short. Doggone it. Looked like he's going to have plenty of daylight there. Good run. Good blocking up front there. As it has some daylight.
Charlie, I believe Coach Alexander may be going to go for it.
I think he is too. I think he's decided, hey, we're going to have to be a football team, or we're not going to be a football team. So if we can't make a yard here, well then we're not going to win this football game. So we're going to come out here on 4th and 1, and we're going to go for it.
4th and 1. The Lions on their own 25-yard line. Adams hands off to Page. Page breaks over about to the 26-yard line, 27, and he'll have enough yards for the first down.
He better give us that first down because Bo was really running tough in there, and he ran over the left guard, and did a good job to get that first down. So
gutsy play calling by Coach Alexander.
Oh, yes, because you can fumble the snap or anything else, and you really get yourself in a hole. But we've got to move that football. He knows that, and we can't just give it back to him after 3 downs. And so a gutsy call, but we made it work.
1st and 10 now. Ball spotted on the 28-yard line of the Lions. Adams under center. We're in the power I. Adams dropping back to pass. Has Costello over in the flat. Complete to Jeremy Costello out to about the 35-yard line. That's going to be about a 7 or 8 yard pickup that time.
That time we line up in the power I, which means all the backs are in the backfield, fullback, a halfback, and a tailback. And it was a play-action pass on 1st down. A good fake by Adams. And Costello slipped out in the flat in a good play for 1st down. So it's good to see the Lions throw and catch the football.
2nd and 2 now. The ball spotted on the 35-yard line. Their own 35-yard line. Power I formation again. Adams under center. Hands off to Bo Page. Page to the 40, to the 42, 43-yard line before he's brought down in there. But that's going to be a large gain and a 1st down.
Good job. Another 1st down there. A good pass play on 1st down. A good running play on 2nd. And Bo Page found some daylight and made a good cut back to the inside and picked up that 1st down. As you said, Mike, here with the clock running 3:55. Lions trail 7-0 here late in the 1st quarter, moving the ball.
Ball spotted on the line, 43-yard line, about an 8-yard pickup on that play. Adams under center again in the power I. Here's the snap. Hands off to Brian Brown. Brown to the 40, 45, 50, and there he is. The ball is on the ground, but the official came in, Charlie, and I believe he's going to say nope.
No, he called it a fumble.
Fumble.
Oh, I tell you, that's the old Nimitz right there. That kills more drives than anything. A good run, and he was about 8 yards deep before he fumbled that football. He's got to learn to hold on to the football, and it just
momentum breaker.
Man.
As the Lions started that drive on the 15, went out, and Brian Brown broke out from the 40 at the 43-yard line. It was all the way out to the 50-yard line, and he was hit. The ball popped out on the ground, rolled back to the 47-yard line of the Lions, and now the Wildcats are back in business. 1st and 10. Stevenson under center. Here's a pitch back to Pinson. Pinson coming to this side, breaks to the outside, and a great defensive play by Chris Redwine, because, Charlie, if he got by Redwine, he had some green grass.
Yeah, there was nothing back there but green grass. He came in and threw his body at his knees and hit him low and tripped his feet up under him.
Right now the Lions in their 4-3 defensive alignment. Scott Goodwin, Curtis Verner at the ends, Isaiah Allen, Brett Mitchell the tackles, linebackers Patrick McGinnis, Joe Powell in there now, I believe, and John Poole in the middle. Chris Redwine, Drew Coleman the corners. Justin Jackson and Derek McGee are the safeties. Here we go again, tight formation. Stevenson under. Long count. And the Palestine guy jumped, I believe, Charlie.
Yeah, I believe on defense we started to move, but we can move. We never jumped off sides, and their right side did move, so it should be against Palestine.
Looked like they was going on an extremely long count that time also.
Yeah, they've had 2 or 3 long counts. I don't know where he's changing the line of scrimmage or what he's doing, but
illegal procedure, dead ball foul.
That moves it just back across midfield now on about the 49-yard line, and Palestine in the field.
2nd down is 15 to go now.
We need to turn over ourselves, you know. We got to get the football back. We had a good drive going that time.
Stevens up to the line of scrimmage now. Long count again. Snap. Hands off to the dive back Gill, and he's going to be racked up in there immediately. A great defensive play, Charlie. I believe it was Brett Mitchell. John Poole coming off the bottom of the pile. I see Derek McGee.
Yeah,
that was a true veer right there.
We've done a real good job against the veer option. It's that the play they've had. It's had 2 plays. They've had the isolation over where they just lead one back and give the other back off tackle, and they had a good 1st down gain. And then a while ago, Gill broke that 54-yard touchdown. So I look for them to come back to it right now, the one they scored on a while ago.
We're in the 1st quarter here at Wildcat Stadium. The Wildcats lead 7-0. They have a 3rd down and 14 now, as they gave no gain on that play. Stevenson under center. Gill in motion to the far side. Here's got a new quarterback in there. Fumble on the play. And let's see, the Lions going to come up with that football. Lions come up with the football.
That's what we needed right there.
Charlie, I couldn't see who came up with the football, but they changed quarterbacks on us in there all of a sudden. As number 30, Aaron Bartula was in there. I don't know. I didn't.
Somebody in the defensive middle of the line, we couldn't tell either. They faked the inside veer. He tried to get the ball back, but we had good defensive penetration, and it caused that fumble, and line pounced on it there. So that's a good job there by the defense. Let's see if the offense can pick up where they left off and move that football some more.
This is about where they put it on the ground a while ago.
Exactly.
1st and 10 from the Palestine 48-yard line. Adams hands off to Bo in the middle. Bo to the 45, 43-yard line.
Good job.
Good
Bo
job.
wraps that football up. I tell you, he protects that football. We're going to have to protect it because we can't afford to lay it on the ground. Tim Fuller's in that running back along with Bo Page.
Charlie, I'll keep a little stat sometimes, and we were a -6 in the turnover ratio, and that's not good this time of the year. 5-yard pickup, they're going to say. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 from the 43-yard line. Fuller, Page in the backfield. Adams on the option play is going to keep the ball. He's going to be down to about the 38-yard line where it's going to be marked down. It's going to be close for the first down, but not quite. It's about a 4-yard pickup by Travis Adams that time.
Good job there by Travis. He's running behind the offensive line of Alfredo Gonzalez at center, Ken Sabella and Jeremy Sears at guard, Matt Appleton and Giovanni Fuller at tackles, and Terrence Oliver at tight end. Kenneth Williams in that time as a wideout as he goes out there again here on the 3rd and short.
Bo Page, Fred Bowens in the backfield. Ball spotted about the 38-yard line, 3rd and 1. Hand off to Page. He's in the middle. He's got the first down to about the 32-yard line.
First down. Way to go.
First down. So the Lions are on the move right now. We're at 48 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. First down, Henderson Lions. Tim Fuller back into the ball game.
We also have Jake Poole at a tight end. When we go to 2 tight ends, we have Jake Poole, the other tight end, and he's doing the blocking there. So a good job by the offensive line.
Okay, I believe we have Cody Kerr and Tim Fuller in the backfield now. Adams under center. Ball spotted about the 34-yard line. Here's Tim Fuller. Fuller's back to the outside. He's to the 5th, to the 20, 15, 10, 5. And going to be brought down about the 4-yard line, Charlie, as he just bounced that to the outside.
That's the way to get you a spot at running back right there. Take that football and do something like that. Good job of blocking on the point of attack. Fuller did something none of our backs have done. Has been able to bounce outside and keep on running. And he made a great move there after some good blocks over there.
29-yard run, I believe, for the Lions.
Terrence Oliver really threw a good block over there and sprung him around the outside.
Ball spotted about the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Power I now. Adams under center. Snap. Hands back. Oh, and we got a flag on the play.
That flag was before the ball was snapped, too, so it's going to move us back to the 8. Those are back-breaking penalties there, those mental mistakes where you're in motion down there on the goal line. Instead of 3rd and goal from the 3, it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 8. I mean, first and goal. I'm sorry. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line here as the clock runs down. 29 seconds to go in the first quarter. Lions trail 7-0. We need to put that ball in the end zone this time.
1st and goal now. Ball will be spotted about the 8-yard line. As someone in the line of scrimmage move. Again, we're a long way from the football field, so we couldn't see anything.
Fred Bowens, the tailback down. Tim Fuller comes off. Power I formation, Mike.
Adams under center. Takes the snap. Pitch back to Bowens. Bowens to the 5. He's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Good job.
Fred Bowens, 8-yard run for the touchdown for the Henderson Lions. That makes our score Palestine 7 and the Lions 6.
Excellent job on the right side over there. Terrence Oliver, Matt Appleton, Jeremy Sears, and did a great job of blocking and getting us to the outside. One guy had a shot at Fred. Fred made him miss, and that's the only one that had a shot for him. So 7-6 with an extra point yet to come. Clayton Kirsch in the ball game to attempt the extra point. 9 seconds left on the clock here in the first quarter. As well, I believe we have a player injured across the field, Mike, over there.
Yeah, one of the Palestine players was injured on that play, and he's still down on the far side. And Charlie, that time the Lions capitalized on their turnover opportunity.
We sure did. Well, we got a turnover. It's a 5-play drive, went 48 yards. What our statistician just told me down here.
Mr. Kelly Freeman helping us out on the far end down here.
And to have Kelly with us up here, keeping up with some of that for us, because we can't have a hard time to. So it's really hard to call play-by-play and keep stats too.
It really is. You're really going to keep an eye on what's going on. You can't hardly write things down. You're going to miss some things, and so we got Kelly along to kind of help us there.
New formation that time. The Lions were in a power eye, Mike, with a fullback, tailback behind him, and a halfback beside the fullback. It was just a tailback sweep to the Fred Bowens, and they had the fullback and the halfback leading the way, and they got a good block on the line of scrimmage, and both blacks did a good job of.
And they really sealed the inside end too, where the linebackers couldn't get the outside. Fred hit the corner, had one man to beat, turned the corner on him, 8 yards into the end zone for the touchdown. So with 9 seconds to go here in the first quarter, our score is Lions 6 and the Palestine Wildcats 7. And I believe that's number 50 coming off the field for the Wildcats. That is George Lara. And Lara is there. He's playing on the defense right now. Let's see. He is their linebacker. And he's holding, look like his wrist or hand from what I can tell at this point. Put the binoculars on it here. Yep, holding his wrist, I believe. So Clayton Kirsch will be on now to attempt the extra point.
That's just what the doctor ordered, Mike. After you fumble the football and give it to them and you're behind 7-0, the defense goes out there and gets a fumble recovery of their own to give the ball back to the offense. They picked it up right where they left off and moved that football down the field.
Chris Redwine to hold. Clayton Kirsch to attempt the extra point. Snap is good. Here is the kick. It is up.
Right through the middle.
Right through the middle, and we're tied at 7-7 with 9 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and we'll just tell the station that we will take a 60-second break at the end of the first quarter.
That was a good snap, too. I'm not sure. Probably
Josh Hardy's been doing
Josh has been snapping on that, hasn't he? And he made a good crisp snap right in there and a good hold by Redwine, and it takes that along with the lineman holding him out, and a good true kick by Clayton. He ain't had a chance to. That's the second one this year. Let's hope he gets some more chances before the night's over, because we've got a real good football game on our hands now. It's 7-7 here late in the first quarter. We knew it was going to be a good ball game because these two teams are too much evenly matched not to be. Both looking for the first win and both hungry for that win.
And, Charlie, one of the things we kind of got to watch for here, Palestine has been known to pull some reverses on the kickoff return. I saw them do it last night on the JV level. And, by the way, congratulations to the junior varsity last night as they won big 31-13 over this Palestine Wildcat junior varsity team. And our JV goes to 3-0. The 9th grade team also won 16-6. And
two out of 3 of our 8th grade teams won. The last 2 8th grade teams won, the blue team and the red team.
Red team won 32-0, and the blue team won 16-0. Clayton Kirsch now teeing the ball up on the 40-yard line. Henson and Reeves back deep to receive the kick, and let's see if he tries to kick it to the sideline like he did last week. Kick it high, give the coverage team the chance to get down and get under the ball. Here is the kick, high and deep, going down to about the 10-yard line where Pinson, and like I say, Charlie, here comes that reverse, but he keeps the ball.
Good.
Breaking to the far side is Reeves, one man left, and Justin Jackson makes the flag. 42-yard line, and we got several flags out there. And that is probably going to be an illegal block. Again, Charlie, we just said something about that reverse.
Well, you called that one, Mike, and they did a real good job, too. The guy made a heck of a fake over here.
Heck of a fake. I thought he actually kept the ball. Well, he did keep the ball. Then the guy had the ball. He kept it.
He kept it. The guy who faked made a real good fake and carried it out.
Blocking below the knees is going to be the call against the Wildcats.
And they had a good return, but one reason might have been because one guy was a pretty good position and got blocked below the waist. You cannot block below the waist on a punt or a kickoff return. That's a good rule to try to protect these young athletes' knees.
And, Charlie, that's going to be the end of the first quarter with our score all tied up at 7-7. And we'll take a 60-second timeout, and we'll be back after this commercial timeout.
Special Order Sports brings you the Big 12. Quicker than silver, tougher than steel. The Big 12 teams wage their wars on the gridiron. Opponents will clash, and battles will be fought. Who will emerge the victor? Special Order Sports, 12 teams, one strong conference. Time to test your mettle. To order this week's Big 12 game, North Texas at Texas A&M. Call your local cable operator today.
And back to play here as the Wildcats break out of the huddle. They're lined up on the 20-yard line, I believe. Stevenson under. He will take the snap. Hands off to Gill. No, Stevenson not the quarterback. Number 30, Bartula is the quarterback. And that was the veer time at that time. He pulled the ball from the dive back, about a 5-yard gain. Picked up.
We really trying to stop the dive back on that veer, and he's the best back they've got, number 34 there, Gill. And we stopped him so far. At that time, the quarterback took it back and kept it outside, as you said, Mike, for about 5 yards. So pretty good play for the Wildcats on first down. They have 2nd and 5 now.
Charlie, are the alternating quarterbacks here? I see number 12 in the ball game. He's lined up at a tight end right now.
Yes, he is.
Bartula under center. Here's a snap. Hands back to
That's
Gill.
the play they scored on a while ago.
Little counter type action, wasn't it?
It was just a little reverse out and kind of just a lead play, I call it. Left halfback leads, and the right halfback carries the ball off tackle.
Looks like Justin Jackson got in there from his free safety position to make that stop for practically no gain. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. Big defensive play right here early in the ball game.
Yeah, big play with 10:49. Just starting the second quarter in case you joined late. 7-7 score. Good ball game here in Palestine.
Wildcats out of hell. Now they're in the full house tee backfield. Man in motion over here to the wing. Bartula under center. He takes a snap, hands off. No, he fakes the ball, comes to this side to the 25, out to the 30-yard line, and brought down in there by Justin Jackson and Drew Coleman, but not before he picks up the first down.
Yeah, big first down there. Good plays. He faked it and rode him in there with a belly play and took it out and kept it outside. He made a real good play, and we did not have very quick contain from the outside, and he picked up a quick first down. Now we have a timeout for Henderson, Mike.
Right, Lions call the timeout. We'll just keep it right here. As if you just joined us, we're just into the second quarter, 10:27 to go here in Palestine. Our score is all knotted up 7-7. As the Lions scored the last time, they scored on a 8-yard run by Fred Bowens, wasn't it?
Yes, Fred Bowens went from 8 yards out there on 1st and goal after a penalty. Mike, in that first half, Kelly said we had 80 yards offense that first half, had 6 first downs. So after that first series, we've moved the football pretty well. So a little production out of our offense tonight, and the new formation, the new pro eye, the power eye is really paying off as the Lions have showed much more offense tonight than they've showed any time this year.
Well, Charlie, I think one thing that happened last week late in the ball game, the Lions defense had been out on the field so long that I think we ran a total of 45 plays on offense, and Nacogdoches ran 65. Our defense kind of wore down there toward the end of the ball game. So you've got to keep the defense off the field, give them a little rest sometimes.
You sure do, and it makes a big difference. And tonight the offense has picked up done their part. So, it takes both of them to win. You can play good football if you have good offense or defense, but if you get both of them going together, that's when you come out a winner. As Palestine huddles up now with 1st and 10:27. Still go in the second quarter.
Ball spotted on the 32-yard line. Bartula still under center. Gill, Pinson in the backfield. Long count. Takes the ball, hands off to Pinson. Pinson in about the 35-yard line. Going to be stopped in there after a short game.
I think what's happening, Mike, our secondary are getting a little bit confused because they're setting up in one formation. We're declaring our linebackers and safeties, and then they're setting it back to make it a strong side. At that time, we ended up with our free safety on the strong side, and Jackson looked over, what do I do? Because, so that's what happened that time.
They were kind of looking to the sideline for some help that time.
Yeah, they're confused us by declaring late. Now they declare early, so they have all 3 backs in there.
Full house, and man on the far side, split to the far side, man to the strength to that side. Bartula under. Long count again.
Real long count.
He takes a snap, hands off in there to Gill for a short gain, maybe 2 yards, as the whole interior of the Lions defense. John Poole in there. I see Isaiah Allen, Scott Goodwin, Mitchell.
That was good defense there as we stopped the inside veer virtually no gain, maybe a half a yard at the most. So a 3rd and 5?
Third down at about 5, looks like. Another big play. Ball spotted on the 37-yard line of the Wildcats, and 3rd down and 5.
Palestine takes a lot of time to come out of the huddle and a long snap count. They're using some clock.
Bartula under. Long snap count again. He takes the snap. He's dropping back to pass. Got a man over here, the tight end, number 80, and the ball is going to be broken up. Good defensive play that time by Drew Coleman as they split 2 receivers this side, and number 80 was in the open there, but Drew made a great defensive recovery.
Yeah, if a quarterback could have set up and thrown the ball quicker, would have been in trouble because number 80 for the Wildcats did break open there. Justin Henderson broke open quick, but by the time the ball got there, as you said, Drew made a good recovery and came back and knocked it down. So Palestine's going to kick the football.
Stan Stevenson will do the punting. He's going to stand back on about his own 25-yard line. Drew Coleman is standing about the 25 of Henderson.
We got 10 people coming.
10 people up front, and they're going to well, a little bit of a rush to back off. Ball hits on about the 32. Drew at the 25. Come to this side. He's to the 30. To the 35. Beats one man. He's to the 40. One man to beat to the 45-yard line. To the 50-yard line before he's finally knocked out of bounds. So great
excellent run
return
there
by Drew Coleman, the sophomore.
Really a good run there as he juked a couple of people. He didn't have anybody blocking for him. That was all on his own. One thing that helped Drew was that the kicker did kick the ball low, and he picked up on about the third or fourth hop there and went from left to right and made a good return. So with 8:39 still to go in the first half, the Lions take over. Game tied 7-7. We're just about a half a yard from midfield, Mike.
30-yard punt, like I say, a short punt, and a low projectile gave the Lions a chance for the run back. Bo Page in the power I, along with Tim Fuller, Jeremy Costello. Adams back to pass. He's looking to the far side, throwing for Terrence Oliver. He was well covered, and that time I think Adams just threw the ball away.
He threw it away. He had to throw before he wanted to. Terrence could not clear, and they had a little rush on, so all he could do was throw the football away. Good job by Travis of getting rid of the football rather than try to scramble and take a loss.
Yeah, that play, the tight end Terrence Oliver on the far side kind of took about a 2-yard step down the field, kind of edged out toward the sidelines, but Palestine picked up on it real quick. They had him double covered.
So good place to throw the football. We're right at midfield now, and the Lions are going to have to get some kind of passing game going. Already completed, what, one pass tonight, Kelly? Yeah, so.
Kenneth Williams split to this side. Drew Coleman to the far side. We're in the I formation. Adams under center. Pitches back to Fred Bowens. Bowens back to the line of scrimmage, down to about the 47-yard line of the Wildcats. So it's going to be about we'll call it a 2.5-yard pickup probably, maybe a 3. So it's going to bring up third down and about 7, we'll call it.
Not much there at that time as Wildcats converge pretty quickly. So as you said, Mike, it's going to be 3rd and 7 here. So big play here for the Lions on 3rd down. Fuller comes back in the ball game. Chris Redwine comes into the ball game for the Lions. Drew Coleman goes out. Kenneth Williams will be split to the wide side this time, and over here is Redwine.
Slot eye this time. Adams under center. He's dropping back to pass, looking to the far side for Kenny Williams, and he's going to throw. Overthrows the tight end, and number 8, Byron Reeves, picks that ball up.
Oh, well, Travis just missed him that time. He was open, but he overthrew him. And right to the Wildcat is that time it was a play-action pass. We faked a dive on this side. Adams rolled back to his left. Terrence Oliver blocked on the line of scrimmage and then split out in the flat. He was open, I believe, Mike.
We also had Kenny Williams about 10 yards down the field behind him, but the ball was overthrown.
I think he was throwing at Terrence.
Yeah, he was trying to get Terrence, but he overthrew him. And the Wildcats come up with a big turnover, second turnover of the night by the Lions, and they've got the ball at their own 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Bartula under center now. They're in the 2 tight end set. Counter play in there, and nothing at all, as I believe that was Gill that time. Yep, Roderick Gill. Kind of a little counter dive, looked like Charlie and Brett Mitchell. And Charlie Bagley, I see, and Derek McGee, John Poole all in there. Stopped that for about a 2-yard loss.
I don't think they blocked anybody in the interior. I think you named them there. Well, we did a good job of stopping that play inside there. So let's hope the defense can get the ball back for us here. 7:19 clock running here in the second quarter. Game tied 7-7.
A little confusion again as had a man split to this side for the Wildcats. Bartula on the counter play. He keeps the football, breaks over to the 48, 49-yard line where Justin Jackson will make the tackle after about a 4-yard pickup.
Good job of running the counter option that time as he reversed out, faked to the dive back, and kept it on the counter option coming back toward the press box side there. And Justin Jackson made a good open field tackle that time to stop the quarterback because he had lots of green grass ahead of him if he'd have missed that tackle. But Justin got him that time. So 3rd and looks like about 5, a long 5, maybe 6 even.
Another big defensive play for the Lions here as the Wildcats have a man split to the far side. They're shifting some people around now. Bartula under center, split backs. Here's the pitch back to Pinson. He breaks through to the 50-yard line and is going to be stopped after about a 1-yard gain
Well, I saw Isaiah Allen flying through there that time as he came from this offside tackle over here, and he wasn't the only one there, but he really made a great effort to get there from this side over here. And he stopped the ball carrier short of the first down, so Stan Stevenson, their barefooted kicker, takes off his shoe and sock again, and he will drop back and punt the football away as we're inside of 6 minutes. Clock running, 5 minutes and 50 seconds here remaining in the first half.
Chris Redwine along with Drew Coleman back to receive the punt, standing on about the 15-yard line.
They can't do
that. Fake punt, and Bartula with the football breaks over, and he's going to have enough yardage for the first down.
I thought the backs were moving too quick, what I thought.
Well, Charlie, I was really looking at the line receivers down there, and
it's going to be close enough to measure. They snapped the ball to the short back there. I thought the people were moving before the ball was snapped, but the ball was snapped short. I never saw the ball snap. That's why I thought they were in motion.
I couldn't either, Charlie. Like I said, I was paying attention to Redwine and Coleman back on the 15-yard line. Looked like from here he might have got the first down. And he did.
So,
fake punt.
Little gutsy call right there by the Palestine coaching staff, and it paid off. Made it by about 3 inches. So they maintained the football here with 5:37 to go in the first half.
5:37 to go in the first half. Our scores all tied up 7-7. Wildcats have a first down on the line, 44-yard line. Again, turnovers have been the key for the Lions here in the first half, as they had a pass intercepted and a fumble, and Wildcats came up with both of them. All righty. Bartula under. Long count again. The fake pitch, now the counter wing, and it's going to be stopped in there for a counter dive for a short gain as Curtis Werner stayed home and made that tackle.
You can see that coming, Mike. I started to say here comes reverse because the wingback was not up on pretty tight. He was backed off a couple yards from the end and really gave the play away from this angle, and the Lions stopped him for a short gain. So it's going to be up to our defense to stop him inside of 5 minutes now.
Charlie, we've got changing the defensive tackles as Alfredo Gonzalez and Terrence Oliver both come in at defensive tackle, and Mitchell and Allen go to the sideline. Second down, and we're going to call it 7. Bartula under center. Long count again. Split backs. He reads, and he's going to keep the ball, and he's going to be dropped for a big loss in there by Curtis Werner.
Good job, Curtis, as he was free, and the quarterback took the ball back, and Curtis Werner made an outstanding play there from defensive end position as he stopped the ball carrier behind the line of scrimmage, so he lost pretty good yardage there.
They were trying to run the veer to this side. He pulled the ball from the dive back. Werner just came across and nailed him before he had time to turn the corner and dropped him for a loss. Going to bring up third down and 11 now. Another big defensive play for the Lions defense.
We're going to be inside of 4 minutes when the ball is snapped, and it's going to be a big play. It's taking a lot of time in the huddle, so some type of pass play or took a long time to call it.
Split backs. Wing to the far side. Bartula under center. And now we got a flag on the play. And, Charlie, is that going to be delay of the game?
Delay of the game. He took too long. He took an awful long time in the huddle that time, and the clock was running. It was going to be pretty close, and he did not get out there in time. So moving back 5 more. 3:47 the clock ran down to. They really run a lot of time off the clock because they're taking a lot of time in the huddle. They're going on a long snap count, and they're trying to, So that's 4 penalties against Palestine, as Kelly said here, and 30 yards in penalties, and that helps us right there because it's third and very long right now. The scoreboard says 16 to go, Mike. The ball is just inside the 50, about the 49 of Palestine.
All right, they got receivers split to both sides of the field, split backs in the backfield. Bartula dropping back to pass, trying to set the screen pass up, and it's going to be set up, but a great defensive play in there, Charlie. And let's see who that is that's made that play, and they're also on the ground right now.
Still hadn't turned number to. There he's coming right there. Looks like Joe Powell. What did you say? I believe it's Joe Powell.
They're trying to see as, no, it wasn't Joe. Joe was walking around. But they were trying to set the screen pass up at that time. And the Lions read that all the way, stepped in there, and Joe Powell was in there along with another line defender, and we can't see who that is right now. He's down on the field.
When we come back here after this timeout, we've got 3:19 to go. Good defensive play, as Mike said there. They just set up a screen pass. So this time, there won't be any trickery. He's going to drop back and have to kick the ball because they still like that 16 yards for a first down. So the line is still down out there, though. Let's hope it's nothing serious hope it's just maybe the wind. There was a pretty good little scramble for the football. Those two guys went for it from Henderson and one of the Palestine players. And he was really lucky the ball was intercepted because he kind of threw it up out there for grab. That's Derek McGee.
Derek McGee coming off the bottom of the pile there. And again, a great play by Derek and also Joe Powell in there breaking up that screen pass and making it 3rd down and 16. And it's going to be a punting situation as Chris Redwine and Drew Coleman drop back to about the 15-yard line. Van Stevenson, the all-around player for the Wildcats, back to punt. He's standing about his own 35-yard line. Lions look like they're setting up the return. Good snap. Kick over to this side, coming down, and Redwine is going to let it roll out of bounds, I believe. It's going to go out about the 22-yard line where the official's going to mark it. So the Lions come up with another good defensive stand, Charlie, and they'll take over 1st and 10 with 3:12 to go here in the first half. Our score, if you just joined us, is Lions 7 and the Wildcats 7.
Well, the trick play paid off for a 1st down, but the Lions stiffened, as you said, Mike, and stopped them on the next series there and made them kick the football. Stevenson kicked the ball away from our return man that time because a while ago Redwine had a good return.
Well, that's the wrong one right here, but I believe Patrick McGinnis is in right now at quarterback for the Lions.
Okay.
Patrick in there, Bo Page, Tim Fuller. Here's a handoff to Fuller coming back to the side, and he's nothing there. He was trying to go to the outside, bounced it back to the inside, and no gain on the play.
There was no room there that time because Palestine whipped us on that side of the line. This is Patrick's first play on offense. He's been playing a lot of defense for the Lions this year. Looked pretty good in the John Tyler scrimmage. But we didn't have a whole lot of offensive plays the last 2 weeks, so he didn't get a chance to play, but he's getting a chance right here in the 2nd quarter.
Loss of about 2 on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 12. Power eye now. McGinnis at quarterback. Turns around, hands off to Bo Page to the far side, and Bo breaks out, and he's to the 25-yard line.
Good job of tackling by Palestine, Mike. As Bo broke the line of scrimmage, it looked like he had some running room, but the 2 Palestine defenders who had a chance at him both made real good tackle there, so that play could have been a lot more than what we got.
Picked up about 5 yards on it, but because of the 2-yard loss, it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7, we're going to say. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line of the Lions.
Clock running. We have 2 minutes and 2 seconds in running, and ball game still tied 7-7. We got our back to the wall. Let's see if Coach Alexander opts to throw the football here on 3rd down.
One man split out to this side. I believe that's Coleman. McGinnis back to pass. Coming to Coleman on this side, and Drew is going to be over his head, as that was a fade pattern that time, and Coleman was open, but Patrick just led him a little bit too long.
Yeah.
And that's going to bring up a punting situation.
Excellent route by Coleman as he made a real good fake inside, went to the outside. A good throw by McGinnis, but a little bit too strong. And if you want to miss that pass, you want to miss it long. But that time he probably had all the adrenaline flowing, and he just threw the ball a little bit over his head. But that route was there. We'll probably come back to that in the 2nd half.
Shannon Cox now back to punt. He'll be standing on about the 15-yard line. I believe we have Pinson and Reeves back. He'll be standing on about the 34-yard line. Low snap. Oh, he bobbles the ball. He's going to run with it, Charlie, and he's going to have the 1st down. He's up to the 40, to the 42-yard line.
Oh, my goodness.
And a flag goes down, and from where that is, Charlie, that could be a face mask penalty. Again, that did look like it was a low snap.
No, he was going to kick that football. That ball bounced in there, and he tried to pick it up on 1st hop and missed it. And when he reached for it again, he saw a little daylight, and he
Palestine
ran.
had put about a 5-man rush on there, and they come through. Face mask penalty going to be called against the Wildcats as Shannon Cox, standing on the 15-yard line, picked that bobble snap up and run it out to the 42-yard line for a line 1st down with 1:40 to go here in the first half. Ball spotted now on the 47-yard line of Henderson. 1st and 10. We're in the I formation. Chris Redwine to this side. I believe that's Drew Coleman to the other side. Patrick McGinnis, I believe, is still at quarterback. He is.
Good job.
McGinnis under center.
That was a good job by, excuse me.
He hands off to that Tim Fuller. Tim Fuller to the 50, to the 45, down to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 28-yard line of the Palestine Wildcats. Great run by Tim Fuller.
Another good run by Tim Fuller from the tailback position as Coach Alexander has used 3 tailbacks now. He's used Brian Brown, he's used Fred Bowens, and he's used Tim Fuller. That time it was the 2nd good game of the night by Fuller. So the Lions have a chance here. 1 minute and 30 seconds. We'll watch the clock and keep you posted.
Charlie, they have all their timeouts too, I believe.
We're on the 26-yard line.
No, we've taken one timeout.
We're taking one. Okay.
Okay, we're in the I formation. Page and Bowens in the backfield. McGinnis on the option play. He's going to keep the ball. He's over the 25 to the 23-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 3 yards on the plate. It's going to bring up about a 2nd down and 7, and the Lions are going to call for one of their timeouts. So 2 big plays so far in this drive, Charlie. As the Lions were backed up in their own territory, went back to punt. Shannon Cox had a low snap. He picked it up, bobbled it. He picked it up and ran with it. Ran all the way out to the 42-yard line where we had a face mask penalty, added 5 yards to it. Went to the 47, and then Tim Fuller bounced it out from the 47-yard line down to about the 28-yard line. So the Lions are set up shop now with 2nd down and 7.
17.
1:08 to go here in the first half. Lions still have 1 timeout to go in this quarter. 7-7 is our score if you've just joined us.
That was a 17-yard run, Kelly tells us, Mike, on that Fuller. He hit inside and bounced the outside. That'll be a good play to watch next week on our Channel 10 cable. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. Is that the second good run of the night for Tim Fuller? So the Lions are down here, I'd say field goal territory right now probably. But we'd like to get more than the field goal out of this thing as we've got a good drive going here after that bobble punt by Shannon Cox. Excellent run there by Cox. He looked like old Toby Gone, the Cowboys' son, didn't he? He must have seen that.
Back to action now as the Lions come back from the sideline. They'll have a 2nd down, and we're going to call it 7. That's what the scoreboard says. With 1:08 to go here in the first half. McGinnis at quarterback. Page, Bowens in the backfield. Redwine, and I can't believe that Kenny Williams to the far side. McGinnis back to pass. Throws deep into the end zone, and it's going to be dropped. As Drew Coleman, the sophomore, was in the end zone for the touchdown and just dropped the football, and those things are going to happen.
That was
sophomore receiver.
That was 6 points, but those things happen, as you said. McGinnis made a good fake and threw the football real well.
Excellent fake and good throw, and again, I guess Drew was just so wide open that he said, wait a minute, and dropped the ball, but Drew's a sophomore. He's going to be an excellent player.
Sometimes you're so wide open that it's those are the hardest kind to catch. And
it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7. That stopped the clock with 1:02 to go here in the first half. McGinnis back under center again. Oliver in the wing, Oliver in motion now. McGinnis back to pass. That's Oliver in the flat. It's going to be too high and bounces off his hands. Goes incomplete. And let's see if the Lions will go for the first play or try to set up the field goal. And Charlie, I believe the Lions are going to go for the first down and maybe the score.
We've got 57 seconds. We're on the 23-yard line. If it were a field goal, 23-7, 30, be a 40-yard attempt. So we'd like 7 yards for the first down, and Coach Alexander said we're going to try to make that first down. So 4th and 7, we're going to be going for it.
Ball spotted on the 23-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 7. Ball in the middle of the field. Drew Coleman's put to the far side. Chris Redwine to this side. Oliver is at a tight end. McGinnis is back to pass. He's throwing over the middle. It's going to be incomplete as he threw the ball behind Terrence Oliver, the tight end. And the Wildcats dodge a bullet as the Lions had the man in the end zone drop the ball and failed to complete the pass on 4th down. So the Wildcats will take over with 53 seconds to go here in the first half, Charlie. And it'll be interesting to see if the Wildcats just try to run the clock out or if they'll try to come up with a big play.
Right, I think, backed up on the 10-yard, on 10?
10-yard line. No, we're at the
23. I look at the wrong 10. It's 23-yard line. So I imagine they're going to be pretty content with that 7-7 score, don't you think?
Yep. 2 tight end set. Wing in motion coming to this side. Bartula is the quarterback. Long count again. And here's a pitch back to Gill. Gill coming to this side. Going to be blocked in there and tackled by, or forced back to the inside by Justin Jackson. Great defensive play. And Brett Mitchell getting there. Also Curtis Verner, as they were trying to sweep that time, but no go. Clock running, 36 seconds to go. No gain on the play.
Probably going to be the last play of the first half here as Les Palestine decides to try some trickery and maybe get behind us or something, but surely the Lions will be, now the clock is stopped with 24 seconds as Palestine calls a timeout.
And we'll just keep it right here. As Charlie, even though we didn't produce any points, we moved the football that time.
Had a good drive, I tell you. The big play being a 17-yard run by Tim Fuller. And then we got out of here in good field position, and McGinnis threw a couple of good passes, but he threw, well, the one to Coleman who was dropped was for touchdown, but then the ball to the tight end, Oliver, was a little bit behind him, but we missed a good chance there. But as you said, those things happen. Even the teams that throw the football a lot drop them from time to time. The Lions are just now beginning to throw the football this year, so you can't expect them to catch all of them, but we'll get the next one, I hope.
Of course, Patrick's probably got that adrenaline flowing. He's coming in and playing quarterback for the first time this year in a regular game. And but some excellent play calling there by Coach Alexander. As the Lions come back on the field, the Wildcats coming back on.
Got a good ball game going,
yep.
Mike. 7-7 in case anybody tuned in late. Nearly halftime, 24 seconds away. Palestine scored first. The Lions scored second, tied up. Palestine back to play.
Bartula under centered, split backs, two tight ends set with a wing. Long count again. Turns around, hands off to Roderick Gill on that little dive play, and Gill's about to the 28-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down, but with 17 seconds and counting here in the first half, that's probably going to be the last play we'll see.
That's the play they scored on in the first part of the ball game, Mike, when Gill broke 54 yards off tackle. That's it, and the clock does run down 2-1, and that's going to be it, Mike.
And that's going to be the end of the first half. Our score, if you just joined us, is the Lions 7, the Wildcats 7, and we'll be back with the Henderson High School Band after these commercial timeouts.
Special Order Sports brings you the Big 12. Quicker than silver, tougher than steel. The Big 12 teams wage their wars on the gridiron. Opponents will clash, and battles will be fought. Who will emerge the victor? Special Order Sports, 12 teams, one strong conference. Time to test your mettle. To order this week's Big 12 game, North Texas at Texas A&M. Call your local cable operator today.
And welcome back to Lions Stadium, where our halftime score is 7 for the Lions, 7 for the Wildcats. As traditionally on the road, the Lions band, drill team, quarters, and flag corps will all be performing the first half of the half. And they are lined up on the field right now. We'll be joining them in just a moment. And let's go to the field and the Henderson High School Band under the direction of Mr. Ronnie Ferguson. Flag corps coming to this side, drill team in the middle of the field, quarters on the far side. Nearly 400 kids on the field at this time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Henderson High School proudly presents our majorette, flag corps, and drill team performing to the tune Messing with the Kids.
Henderson High School drill team, flag corps, twirlers, all out on the field as we're waiting the performance of the Henderson High School band. Once again, the Henderson High School band under the direction of Mr. Ronnie Ferguson, drum majors Brooke Boatwright and Casey Stevens, featuring 330 musicians on the field. If you're just joining us, we're at halftime here in Palestine, Texas at Wildcat Field. Our score, Henderson Lions 7, Palestine 7. Good ball game so far. Both teams have had opportunities. The Lions had a good opportunity in the first half and couldn't capitalize on it. But we'll see if Coach Alexander makes the necessary adjustments at halftime. Excellent night for football. Temperature is not that bad. No wind. Humidity is a little bit high. Yes, let's go back down to the field and pick up the sounds of the Henderson High School marching band.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Henderson Independent School District is proud to present the Henderson High School Band, led onto the field by drum majors Brooke Boatwright and Casey Stevens. Our presentation begins tonight with the Festival Prelude Fanfare by Reed. Continues tonight with the march Dear Faces by G.A. Tuckeye.
Henderson High School Band performing here at halftime in Wildcat land at Palestine, Texas. Great performance, getting a standing ovation from the Palestine crowd as they marched into the home side of the stands after their performance. Again, if you just joined us, we're in Palestine, Texas, where the Henderson Lions are playing the Wildcats of Palestine. Our score is Henderson 7, Palestine 7, as we're all knotted up here at halftime. Well, we're having extended halftime here. The clock has already run out, and both teams are back on the field. And I don't know what the introduction is, but they're
that was a 1977 team or something I heard them say. Some football team that's come back and had a good group come back. It looked like it was about 25 or 30 men down there that's come back to be introduced, and I know they feel proud tonight to do that. It's always good to recognize your exes.
And on the far side of the field, the Henderson Lions, dressed in their white uniforms, white pants, solid white pants with red belts, blue numerals with blue stripes trimmed in red.
I like them, Mike. I like it.
Real sharp.
Real sharp. I really do.
And the blue helmets, and now come the maroon-clad Wildcats, maroon pants, maroon jerseys, and maroon helmets. So we've got a good color contrast tonight.
Yes, we do. And as you mentioned a minute ago, it's an extended halftime, and officials and the players are ready to go. And now that the introduction of the ex-football team there has come off, I'm sure that we'll be ready to go here pretty shortly as the referees have one of the captains go out midfield and see what we're going to do to start this second half. The Lions did win the toss to start the ball game and chose to receive, so probably we'll see vice versa, as I'm sure Palestine probably will take the football here to begin the third quarter. Game tied at 7-7 in case you tuned in late. We've got a good one going, so stay with us.
Number 30, Aaron Bartula, is out for the Wildcats, and 57, Alfredo Gonzalez. And the Wildcats would have the option, and they have chose to receive the ball. And the Lions will defend the north goal. Of course, there's no wind tonight, so that's not going to be a factor. And we're just a minute or two away from getting this second half underway.
And I don't feel the norther coming in yet, do you?
No, I don't think no norther's coming at all up here. Clayton Kirsch coming out now. I've got coming out he'll be kicking the ball off for the Lions.
We've got this cold rain brought to us by Palestine. Palestine's done a good job tonight of being a nice host.
Been a nice host. We want to thank their hospitality as they kind of went overboard, really helping us out tonight. And we had some problems at first, but at the last minute we solved them all and been able to bring you this broadcast. As a kickoff team out there now.
And we've got a good football game going. I tell you, it's very, very even. It could go either way. As the Lions will kick off, start the third quarter, the stats are pretty even. Palestine, I'm sure at halftime, got together and said, hey, we can win this football game. And, of course, Henderson was saying we can, too. Coaches meeting with their respective teams and trying to map out what type of strategy we'll use here in the second half. So we've got 24 minutes of good football coming up.
And, Charlie, no ties in high school football anymore.
That's right. If this game does end something like this, well, then we'll talk about that later.
Okay. Clayton Kirsch, ball teed on the 40-yard line. Reeves and Pinson back deep. And here's the kick to begin the second half. It's going to go down about the 10-yard line. It's going to bounce in front of Reeves. He picks it up, and a whole host of white jerseys. Uh-oh. As Pinson will go all of the way. He's down to the 5, and he's going to be tripped up down there barely by Fred Bowen, and he's going to be stopped short of the goal line.
Short of the goal line, but he ran it all the way back to about the 1. Boy, what a run back.
And Charlie, that kind of what happened right there, we kind of got lost, is the kick went down about the 10-yard line.
It was a kind of a knuckleball floater. Hit the ground. We had plenty of people around the football. Ran right by us, Mike.
Yeah, Reeves had a hard time picking the football up, and there was a crease there, and he broke through that crease, and the foot race was on. Great effort by Fred Bowens, though, as he finally chased Reeves down for the tackle, but the ball is on. I believe they're going to spot it on the 6-yard line.
Just outside the 5, about the 5.5.
So Palestine gets a big play here to begin this ball game. Bartula under center. Pinson Gill in the backfield. Turnaround gives to Gill. Gill is about to the 4-yard line. Dives on to about the 3 as Justin Jackson making the tackle.
There again is just an isolation play where the left halfback led. They turned and gave to the right halfback over left tackle and found a little crease there. Went down to about the 1-yard line, Mike. Nearly scored.
190 pounds that time, was a great power runner. And it's going to make up 2nd and goal. Scoreboard says the ball is on the 1. Lions in their goal line defense now. Bartula under. He takes the snap, hands the ball off to Gill. Gill is into the end zone for the touchdown. As Roderick Gill at 11:05 here in the 3rd quarter scored from 1 yard out after that 90-some-odd yard punt or kickoff return to open the 2nd half.
How far was that return, Kelly? Did you know? Did you get?
It went from the 10 to the other 6, so that is 40, and 40 would be 86 yards. 86 yards. Gosh, it was big. We had people all around the football when he picked it up. He ran right by us. Stevenson now on to attempt the extra point. That kick is up, and it is good. So the Wildcats start off the 2nd half with a bang, and if you just joined us, the Lions kicked off to begin the 2nd half. Byron Reese caught the ball after he bobbled it really on the 10-yard line and couldn't pick it up. The Lions had good coverage down there. He found a little crease and broke out, and there was no contain. He went 86 yards down to the 6-yard line. Gill then took the dive play down to the 3, and then Gill, or to the 1, and Gill on 1-yard run into the end zone for the touchdown. So now the game, Charlie, the Wildcats go back on top, 14-7.
Well, the Lions have been a blue-collar team. They've worked for what we've got, the 7 points. And Palestine's only had 2 plays. They've been big ones, a 58-yard run and an 86-yard kickoff return. So just big plays, 2 big plays, all they've had. That's all they need because the scoreboard says 14-7. So we're still, that took less than a minute. 11 minutes and 5 seconds. The Wildcats will kick off to the Lions. I wouldn't be surprised to see some fireworks this half, man, on both sides of the ball.
Started out that way. The Lions now need to come back and get back on the board real quick. Stan Stevenson will kick off. The Lions have Bo Page, Fred Bowens, and Brian Brown back deep.
I don't believe 14 points are going to win this football game. I believe the Lions are going to get more now. I hope we can hold them from doing it, but I just believe we're going to come back and get some points.
Well, Charlie, for the most part, we've done a real good job. The big plays have killed us out.
Yes, they have. We've 2 big plays. What else can you say? They got to give them credit. They did a great job of seeing daylight and running to it. Here's a kickoff.
Here's a kickoff. Going to the far side. Could go out of bounds. Brian Brown is going to pick it up at about the 10-yard line. He's back to the 20-yard line, out to about the 25-yard line. It's going to be brought down on the far side of the field. I believe the spot's going to be about the 23, I believe. It's hard to see from here. We're a long way from it as we went to the far side of the field. As the Lions come on now with their offense. Travis Adams coming back in at quarterback.
Okay, the Lions set up shop on the 23-yard line, so let's see what we can do here to start the 2nd half.
Come out there in the power I. Jeremy Koslow, Bo Page, Tim Fuller. And back to Fuller. Fuller, there's a hole in there, and he's out to the 25, 26, 27. Still on his feet now to the 30-yard line. Great effort by Tim Fuller.
I mean to tell you, Tim's running real hard, and it's a good push by the offensive lineman there. Really good job there. Center Alfredo Gonzalez and Sabella and Sears at guards and Appleton, Fuller at tackles, and Terrence Oliver at tight end. Good job there. About 7-yard gain.
2nd and 3 now. 7-yard gain. Power I again. Bowens in the tailback position. Adams under center. Here's the handoff to Bowens. Bowens breaks to the far side. He's out to the 30, 31-yard line, and he's really racked up in there. Number 65, Lane, I believe. 55, Garcia. Maybe a yard gain on that play.
So it's going to be 3rd and a short 2, I'd say, Mike. We nearly like 3 yards that time. We're kind of in between there. So let's call it 3rd and a long 2.
3rd and a long 2. Lions out of the huddle. Adams under center. We're in the power I. Bowens again in the backfield, tailback. Here's the handoff to Page. Page over to about the 35-yard line. Charlie, looks like it's going to be close for the first down.
Yeah, it's going to be real close by. Pretty good surge there. Good job on the left side over there. And quick-hitting Bo Page. Didn't take him long to get the line of scrimmage. And I see him moving the chain, so first down.
Ball spotted on the 35 of the Lions. Will be 1st and 10 now. 9:42 to go. Let's see. Yep, 9:42 here to go in the third quarter. Power eye again. Strength to this side. Adams under the center. Tim Fuller at tailback. Adams takes the snap. Here's the quick pitch to Fuller. Fuller's got a crease. He cuts upfield. He's to the 45, 50, 45. One man to beat him is going to be drugged down in there at the 40, dragged down at the 40-yard line.
Excellent run there by Tim Fuller. I tell you, he saw that daylight and he hit it quick off that power eye. We've got Cody Cure and Jeremy Coslow back there in the halfback and fullback position, and behind those linemen I called out a minute ago, they opened up a big hole there, and Tim hit it, and it's a great run for the Lions. They need to.
Their yard line stripes is kind of hard to see up here. They're not painted very well, so we're having trouble picking exactly where the ball is sometimes. All right, 1st and 10 from the Palestine 39-yard line. Lions out of the huddle. They're in the true eye. Cody Cure at fullback, I believe Fuller, or is that Brown at can't tell.
I think that's Cody.
Here's the pitch back to Tim Fuller again. He breaks to the crease to the 25. He's to the 20-yard line, or the 30-yard line, I'm sorry. Misplaced that down to the 30-yard line. About a 9-yard pickup, 10-yard pickup. Going to be close for the first down. And, Charlie, I think Tim Fuller might have found him a starting position.
Yeah, I think so. I did a little coaching that time. I said, get outside. I could see it open up. If he could have just darted to the left at the last second there, we're going to have a measurement here for the first down, but a real good play there. A little cross action that time, so we're crossing them up. We're running lead plays, and that time we had a little cross buck, and the backs are running hard, and the linemen are getting after it a lot better. I think, Mike, as I mentioned at halftime, we had something to build on, and I think our Lions have come out to play tough football, so they're moving the football right now.
Charlie stopped short of the first down, and as I was saying a while ago, it's kind of hard to see. These yard lines are not, the paint is not very good, and was having a hard time picking him up exactly where the ball is. Lions out now, out of the huddle. It's going to be second down and maybe 2 inches, we'll say.
Yeah, it's a good time to go for the bomb, but you don't want to get sacked on this, so I hope if Adams does have a pass call that he gets rid of the football if he gets a rush.
Page and Bowens in the backfield. Adams under center. He takes the handoff. Here's the handoff to Bowens. Bowens breaks down to about the 25-yard line, and he's going to have enough yardage for the first down.
Good job there. Coach Alexander choosing to play a little safer there and get that first down. I take in chances. You know, it's not bad to throw a pass in that situation, but what's happened sometimes you go back and everybody's covered, you get sacked, and it takes you out of your drive. So good job there by the Lions. They're moving that stick. So another first down.
1st and 10. Ball spotted on the Wildcat 25-yard line. Red Wine split to this side. Bowens and Page in the backfield. Adams under center. Here's the handoff to Bo Page in the middle of the line, and he's going to have a hard time getting 1 yard that time.
Yeah, he was really looking for some place to run, and it wasn't in place to go as they stood up our left side of the line of our pretty good. Wasn't much movement that time out of our offensive line as Palestine just played real good, tough defense and stacked it up. So, like I say, a very, very short. I should call it no game, probably.
Got Tim Fuller back into the ball game now. Second down and 10. Lions break the huddle. Adams will come under center. We're in the I formation. Red Wine split to this side. Adams takes a snap. Here's a pitch back to Fuller. He's got some daylight in there. He breaks to the outside. One man to beat. He's to the 20. He's down to the 15, to the 12-yard line before he's finally run out of bounds.
Good job.
Tim Fuller again. Tim's a junior, number 15. 160-pound junior. He played on the varsity a little bit last year, and Charlie enough for the first down again.
Good job. Chris Freeman, 44, in the ball game that time, and they're blocking for him as well as the other lines there to pick up that first down. So we're moving the football right now, just outside the 10, aren't we?
About the 11-yard line, just outside the 11, I believe, where it's going to be spotted.
We could make a first down without scoring even.
Adams under center, power eye to the far side, pitch to Fred Bowens. He's got some daylight out there. If Bo can get a block, one man's going to trip him up.
Good
though.
tackle.
Number 30, Bartula, who's playing both ways. Looked like there was some green grass there, and Bartula made an ankle tackle to save the touchdown. Maybe a gain of a half a yard.
Yeah, Bo Page out there, but the defensive back kind of came in and split them and made a real good diving tackle and saved a big play there.
Tim Fuller, Red Wine, and Coleman all into the ball game for the Lions.
7:07 to go in third quarter. Lions trail 14-7 and driving. We just need a big play right here.
Wide outs to both sides of the field. Adams under center. Here's the handoff to Fuller. Fuller's got a crease in there, breaks it out to about the 10-yard line, looks like, or the 8-yard line.
Well, there's a little daylight, but they close it awful quick, and Good job by the linebackers closing that time and doing a good job of tackling Tim as he was trying to get outside and find some more green grass, but Palestine would have nothing to do with that. So really a gain of about
one, really.
About one, so it's going to be third and a tough 9 from the 10-yard line, Mike.
It looked like he had some daylight, but didn't quite come across. We have wideouts to the side, both sides of the field. True I formation. Adams under center. He's dropping back. He's going to look for the end zone. He's got Terrence Oliver at the 5-yard line, and Terrence drops the ball.
Well, he was there, and Adams made a good throw, so we're going to bring the field goal team in now and try to get 3 points out of it. Terrence had it in his hands and bobbled it, and by the time he started to wrap it up, well, then they came in and hit him, knocked it away, but it was too late once he bobbled it.
So Clayton Kirsch is on. The ball's going to be spotted about the, looks like the 17-yard line. Chris Redwine will hold. Be what, a 27-yard field goal attempt by Clayton Kirsch. Here is the snap. It's down. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 6:06 to go here in the third quarter, the Lions back on the scoreboard with a 27-yard field goal by Clayton Kirsch. That makes the score of the Lions 10, the Wildcats 14. And it's Clayton Kirsch at 5:50. Well, he hadn't stopped the clock yet, Charlie.
The clock is still running.
Still running. As the clock's running, and we're trying to.
The clock is not stopped. Clock.
Well, they're just letting the clock run right here. Now they finally get it stopped. They have to excuse us. We were trying to get the attention of some of the Palestine people here as they let about a minute and a half run off the clock. And
6:06 left.
so now the official finally stops the clock, and he's going to come over to this side. The clock was restoring. They didn't stop the clock.
Yeah.
Have to excuse us here in the booth. We get a little bit excited, and as Clayton Kirsch kicked that 27-yard field goal, we just happened to look up, and the clock was, we hit the wrong side. But I was trying to get the attention of our coaches because it really, the official is the one that counts, and they did. And now let's see. Yep, 6:06. I think that's what they're going. Yep, 6:06 back on the clock.
Okay. Mike, that was a 12-play, 60-yard drive, Kelly tells us here. And we ended up with a 27-yard field goal by Clayton Kerr. So we'd like to have had a touchdown out of it, but we did not. But we had a good field goal, so we got some points out of it. So we're on the board. Let's see if we can do a little better job of covering this kickoff this time.
Well, they've got a different man on the far side this time, Bartula. Let's watch out for the reverse, Charlie. They've run it before, and it's in their game plan. Here's the kick by Kirsch. A high kick on the wing on the far side, going to hit about the 20-yard line. Bartula picks it up, and he's going to break through there, back out to about the 30-yard line. He's sacked in there by a whole bunch of lines. Over by our sideline, I see Jake Poole coming off the pile. Also Josh Harding here. Also Derek McGee is back in the ball game after being injured there in the first half. Again, if you heard us screaming there, a little out of control as Clayton Kirsch kicked that field goal. They just let the clock continue to run, and we were trying to get the attention of some of these Palestine
Both
folks.
teams had gone to the sideline, and the clock was still running.
We were ahead by 30 points. We might just let it run, but
but we're behind by 4, so we want it to stop.
Back to play here. Wildcats with the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Bartula under center, takes a snap, hands off to Gill as John Poole, several of the other lines stack it up in there for practically no gain, looks like.
Good defense. I tell you, if we can just stop them making the big play now, I think we've got a real good chance to shut them down. The big play has been the name of the game. Palestine has 2 touchdowns tonight, one on a 58-yard run early in the ball game, and then an 86-yard kickoff return to start the second half. That's how they got their 14. We got our 7 early on an 8-yard run by Bowens, and then a 27-yard field goal. It's 14-10 Palestine at this point.
2nd down and 8 now. Ball spotted at the 31 of Palestine. Split backs. Got a wide receiver to this side of the field. Bartula under. Here's the handoff to Gill. Again on that dive play on the veer, and no gain again. As will be Charlie Bagley, John Poole, There's Isaiah Allen. I believe that's Patrick McGinnis coming off the bottom of the pile also. Stacked it up. Maybe a gain of 2 on the play.
So another good play by the defense. It's going to be 3rd and a long 5, Mike.
Jeremy Costello coming into the game now. Patrick McGinnis going off.
Sure would like to see us hold them here and make them kick the football from that deep and in the field. We've had one pretty good return already, so let's see if the Lions can hold them on 3rd down.
Split backs, Bartula under. He's keeping the ball coming to this side, and we got some pursuit there, and they're going to hit him good right there before he gets to the first down marker.
Good job.
As Jeremy Costello, Isaiah Allen,
Drew Coleman, I believe.
Drew Coleman all in there, stopped him short of the first down. As that time on the veer, he just kept the ball, pulled it. We had excellent pursuit on our defensive backs there and made the play.
Excellent job, as you said, Mike. That's good defense there. That's 3 downs and 5 yards. So our defense is going to give the ball back to our offense real quickly here with 4 minutes and 7 seconds clock running here and still to go in the 3rd quarter. Hopefully we can get a clean catch or a return here and set up shop with the football again.
Stevenson standing on his own 20-yard line. Redwine. Let's see, Redwine, don't let it hit you as the ball. Redwine falls down. That's what Coleman falls down. The ball's going to roll down to the 23-yard line where the Lions will take over 1st and 10.
Real short kick. It'd been a great one, the fair catch. I think Drew might have had the idea of doing that and it slipped down. And once he did, they got a 44-yard punt out of it. So
rolled about 20 yards.
Yeah, half of that was out on the roll, I guarantee you.
Again, the Lions will take over, though, 1st and 10 after stopping the Wildcats on their own 23-yard line. 3:37 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Tim Fuller, Bo Page. Looks like Jeremy Costello in the power I formation. Adams under center. Here's the handoff to Fuller. He bounces over to the 25, to the 26, to the 27. Hold on to that football there.
Good job of blocking the point of attack, and with Costello and Cure leading through, the lineman gave him a little bit of daylight, and they moved the ball about 3 yards out. It's going to be about 2nd and 7, about a 3-yard gain.
Jake Poole into the ball game. I believe Chris Freeman going out. 2nd down and 7. Lions up to the line of scrimmage now. Power I formation again. Adams under center. Looking over the defense. Here's the pitch to Fuller. He's got a crease, bounces in there, and he's to the 30, to the 35, 1 man to beat, and he's down to the 38-yard line before he's finally brought down in there by Reeves.
But a good run. Right. How many yards was that?
We went from the 26 to the 38. Right, that's where
12 yards?
No, 37, so that'll be, what, 11 yards, wouldn't it? 1st and 10, Lions ball. Ball spotted on their own 37-yard line. Power I formation to the far side. Adams under center. Here's a pitch back to Fred Bowens. Bowens hits a crease and picks up about maybe 2 yards out to close to the 39-yard line.
A little better defense that time. They kind of stacked it up on us that time. We've had a lot more success running the sweep to our right. That time we went power our left and tried to go back to the left to the strong side, and Palestine did a better job of stopping us over there. So 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8. Ball spotted at the line, 39-yard line. Adams under center. Long count. Here's the pitch back to Fred Bowens. Bowens has got a crease, and he hits it. He's to the 50, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Henderson Lions, and no flags on the field. As Fred Bowens goes 61 yards, I believe, for the touchdown. Goes from the 39. And that will put the Lions back on the board. Our score is 16 now to 14 as Clayton Kirsch will come on and attempt the extra point. And Charlie, that's a play the Lions had some success at.
That was a sweep back to the short to the right side over here that I was just talking about. We had good success all night. Fuller made some good runs on it. That time Fred Bowens hit the crease, and good job of blocking and a good job of running by Fred once he got the daylight.
I believe the ball's on 39 down to the goal line. That's, what, 61 yards? Here's the extra point attempt. Good snap. The kick is up, and it is no good. As the hit the crossbar, bounce to the wide side. So our score remains the Wildcats or the Lions 16. Lions 16. Henderson. No, Lions 16. Wildcats 14. There we go.
First lead of the night for Henderson We've been trailing all night and finally took the lead.
Okie doke. That was a 6-0.
Let's hope that missed extra point doesn't come back to haunt us, because a field goal would put them back in the lead. So we hate to see an extra point miss, and he had plenty foot into it, but he kicked it into the left goal post, and it hit and came back.
Kick no good. So the Lions get the big play that time.
Kelly said we had 4 plays and 67 yards. Well, that's what we like to write down and what like to see.
I'm sorry, that was a 51-yard run. 51 yards.
51?
Yeah. My math's not too good when I get excited. Not too good when I'm not excited, but
That's kind of like me.
oh, that's 61. Went from the 39, that's right. 50 would have been 50, 40 would have been 61 yards.
It is 61.
That drive started on the 23.
But whatever you say, I'm going to believe it.
That's
okay?
right. We start throwing numbers, we'll get confused for sure. But we know this. The score is 16 for the Lions, 14 for the Wildcats. Clayton Kirsch will kick off now.
We got 2 minutes and 3 seconds still to go in the third quarter. As I said a while ago, man, we're going to have some fireworks here, and we have it right here in the third quarter.
And here's where we had some fireworks a while ago. And, Charlie, I tell you, the Wildcats have this reverse in the repertoire, I think, and we've got to watch out for it.
But we've got to keep them from having a big play, Mike.
Yeah, that's what's hurt us so far.
That's the big key right now.
And Kirsch, here's the kick. High kick.
A little deeper kick this
Down
time.
to Reeves about the 5-yard line, out to the 10, to the 15. And going to be tripped up in
Right
there that
there.
time.
Good coverage.
Good coverage by, 26, Jeremy Costello down the field.
Henderson line fans across the way on their feet cheering that kickoff coverage team after he made that tackle back there deep in the territory, and they liked that, and we did too. Palestine will set up shop on the 17-yard line now with 1 minute 54 seconds to go, trailing for the first time in the ball game. Lions lead 16-14. Let's see if our defense can pick up.
1st and 10, ball spotted at the 18 of Palestine. Bartula, the quarterback, I believe. Here, long snap count. Counter play to keep the ball, the counter pitch that time, and Drew Coleman almost makes a great play as Gill comes up with the football. Justin Jackson, Brett Mitchell, and Charlie Bagley on the play. And Charlie, that was just a counter option, wasn't it?
Counter option back to the short side over here toward the press box side, and did a real good job of stringing them out. We got a timeout on the field as the Palestine boy is still down. Trainer's going on the field. He's not hurt bad, but he looks like he might have sprained an ankle or something there. Good pursuit by the line defense there. Real good pursuit to string it out and give him a real short gain.
Charlie's been a wild, exciting third quarter so far. As 1:26 to go here in the, we've had a kickoff run back for a touchdown, a 61-yard run by Fred Bowens. They failed to stop the clock on the field goal. We've just had all sorts of excitement so far.
I guarantee you, if the ones at this football game are really seeing a good one, and we're glad you tuned in with us here on KDVE 100.3 as we're enjoying bringing the game to you here. Mike Ballman, Charlie Franklin, and Kelly Freeman doing the stats here. We've got a good one going, Mike. Take it back. 2nd
down and about 9 now. The ball spotted near the 19-yard line. Wildcats out of the huddle. A wide receiver to this side. Now he's going to line back on the inside, going to a tight set. Man in motion. Bartula under. Long count. Here's the handoff to the dive back Gill, and Gill is out to about the 26-yard line, to be short of the first down.
I think that's the best play they've had on the inside dive over there. That's been one of their bread and butter plays for the year. And we've really shut him down on that play, but that time he did get about probably 6 yards, didn't he, Kelly, something like that? And
3rd down and about 2.
So it's a big 3rd down play coming up right here. If we could shut him down here with 40 seconds to go in the third quarter, but it's going to take an awful good defensive play, Mike, to stop it, because it's 3rd and a short 2.
Split backs. Bartula under the center. Long count. And the Lions jump off sides.
Yep, I think that whole play was designed to draw us off sides, and I think he changed his cadence, and I think it worked.
Yep.
I think it worked.
It was 3rd down and 2. He went on the long count and changed his cadence up, and the Lions did jump. The referee says offsides Henderson, 5-yard penalty, and that will give the Wildcats an automatic first down.
Well, we'll never know where they made on 3rd and 2 because they pull us offside. That's just good job by their offense there to do that. We just up there real eager to go in a short yardage defense. Hut, and on the 3rd hut, it was a real loud one, and
We win.
We win.
Just outside the 30-yard line now. The Wildcats on 30-yard line. They got 70 yards to go to pay dirt. 17 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. And that might have been the last play of the quarter. Nope, they're breaking out of the huddle. 9 seconds. Bartula under, number 30.
They're going to let it run out.
Let it run out, I believe. And we'll just keep it right here, as that is the end of a wild third quarter. Our score, Henderson Lions 16, the Palestine Wildcats 14. As some fireworks went off here in Palestine land after the second half began. Henderson Lions band on the far side playing the fight song and reviewing some of the scoring as to begin the second half. Henderson kicked off to the Wildcats. Byron Reeves picked the ball up at about the 10, bobbled it 2 or 3 times, had a hard time getting a handle on it, finally got it. Line defenders around him, he hit a crease, broke out, and went to the 6-yard line before finally being chased down by Fred Bowens. And 2 plays later, the Wildcats go in from 1 yard out, and that made the score 14-7. The Lions come back, march down the field, a couple of good runs by Tim Fuller. 27-yard field goal by Clayton Kirsch made the score 14-10. And then Fred Bowens on the pitch play, 61 yards into the end zone for the Lions. That brought us to 16-14, and that's where we are as we begin the final quarter here in Palestine. 12 minutes to go. Wildcats ball 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. We'll call it just outside the nose of the football, just outside the 30.
We picked up over 120 yards rushing that time. One on a 12-play, 60-yard drive, and then a one-play, 61-yard run.
Charlie, we need a turnover.
Yes, we do.
Here we go. Bartula under. Long count again. Counter option. As going to pass to the man in the flat. Nobody over there over him. He's to the 40, to the 42, to the 50-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Finally on the far side to the 45-yard line. As we didn't pick up the man coming out of the backfield, Charlie, and they go from the 30 down to the line 45.
Yeah, that was a good play. That was a real good play as they faked a little dive inside. They had a tight end down the field. We picked up the tight end thinking he's going to throw to him on the veer pass, but a back swung out of the backfield, and he dumped it off out there. And that's the first completion for Palestine, but it came at a good time for them. And it was a big play for them.
11:52 to go in the game. Lions lead by 2, 16-14. Wildcats ball 1st and 10 on the Lions' 45-yard line. Wildcats break the huddle. Bartula under center. Here's the count. Hands off the nope. He keeps the football. Thought he handed off the dive back. He kept it. Lunges for about 2 yards as Derek McGee makes the tackle.
Not bad defense there as we had the dive man stopped, and Derek came up for the quarterback, and the quarterback kept it, and he got a short gain. Probably picked up a long 2 or 3 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 7. The Palestine Wildcats are in line territory after that pass completion. The ball now is on about the 42-yard line. We have 2nd down and 7. And our defense has got their work cut out for us as Palestine got a little momentum going here.
2nd down and 7. Ball spotted on the line, 42-yard line. Bartula under center. Man in motion to this side. Man almost jumped. Here's Bartula. Hands to the dive back. Gill, and he is really stacked up in there by a whole host of lines. There's John Poole.
John Poole really stuck him as he got in the line there. That's a pretty good hit there. He lucky to hold on the football as he didn't get anything, maybe a half a yard, but good defense by several of the lines.
Yeah, Isaiah Allen, Derek McGee, Patrick McGinnis all coming up off the bottom of that pile. And let's see where they're going to spot. Well, they're going to give him a little on the play.
Well, they gave him more than I thought he had.
Yeah. Going to make up about 3rd down and 5.
He got a
good spot.
Home team mark there.
Little home cooking spot.
Ooh. Big 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Timeout.
And we'll just keep it right here as the Wildcats take a timeout here. And their situation is they have a 3rd down and 5 from their own 40-yard line, trailing 2 points. Lions lead 16-14. And Charlie, I know they got a good field goal kicker, but they're still a little bit out of distance right now.
If we could happen to stop them right here, they'd have to kick the football, I think, because they're not quite in the 4-down zone. The ball just on the 40. And but if they make this 1st down and one more, they would be down there in 4-down zone. So our defense has got their work cut out for them. Palestine's really moving the football better this time than it had. Of course, we kept the football away from them a lot up to this series. So it's just a good football game. 16-14, Lions on top by 2. Both teams seem to have a lot of spark this second half, and a lot of fireworks has happened. Lions were down at halftime. 14-7, wasn't it?
No, 7-7 halftime.
I'm sorry,
Charlie,
7.
the opening kickoff of the second half.
That happened so quick, I forgot. It seemed like it was yesterday. 7-7 halftime, but it wasn't that long after very long after the kickoff, was it?
And both teams back on the field now. Third down and 5. Look, a little bit over 5, I think. Can't hardly tell. Here we go. Third down and 5. Bartula under center. Split backs, 2 tight end formation.
Win a short yardage defense.
Man in motion to this side. Bartula on the long count again. And here's the dive play on the veer. And he keeps the football out. And a great defensive play by Scott Goodwin.
Good job. I tell you, we jumped into a short yardage defense there, looking for the option. That's exactly what they ran. We had everybody covered, and we're going to make them kick the football. This is going to be the first time that they've been able to kick.
Well, Charlie, we're going to watch out for the fake. They've already put us on us one time tonight.
Yes, they have. And it's just about this spot a while ago, going the other way when they did, too, about the 40-yard line. Maybe a little further back a while ago.
I don't think the Lions going to send anybody back this time. They're going to keep everybody up just in case, because they're in the part of the field you can pull a fake field goal.
They could snap the ball short and throw out of it.
Good snap, and Stevenson's going to kick the ball.
Get in the end zone.
High kick is going to hit about the 5 and going to roll into the end zone for the touchback. So the Lions catch a break there as they'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line with 9:40 to go here in the ball game. Lions lead by a score of 16-14.
Well, that ball just barely went in the end zone too. You got to talk that ball sometime, Kelly. And instead of the ball being dead inside the 5, we get back out to 20. So that's a little bit of breathing room. Thank goodness, as we're taking over here, as you said, Mike, on the 20-yard line at that touchback. So
9:40 to go in the ball game. Lions lead 16-14. They have it 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Power I formation. Travis Adams under center. Paige Bowens, Costello in the backfield. Here's a pitch back to Fred. Fred breaks over to the 25, to the 30. He's out again, and we're off to the races. He's to the 40, to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, and he's finally brought down at about the 15-yard line.
What a run, what a run. What blocking up front. Man, that was exciting. You've got to see that next week. If you're not here at the ball game and listening to the ball game at home, you've got to see this little Fred Bowens break it again. How far was that, Kelly? How many? 65 yards on the first play. Man alive, what a beautiful run. Beautiful blocking up front.
Ball's going to be spotted near the 16-yard line. Lions out of the huddle again, 1st and 10. Adams under center, power I string to the far side. We're on the far hash mark. Adams takes the snap. Here's the handoff to Page. Page is going to have maybe 2 yards on the dive play. Again, Charlie, that's just a play the Lions have had great success on all night long, and Fred busted it again. And great run, almost went all the way. Finally brought it down behind the lead by Reeves, or cornerback.
Brian Brown and at tailback now, giving Fred a little rest there, as Bowens and Fuller have been carrying the ball most of the time here the second and third quarter. Now Brown's back in there.
We got somebody on the bench over there I was looking at. Here we go, back to action. Adams under center. Hands off to Page. Page breaks in and slides down to about the 11-yard line.
Boy, he was slipping and sliding that time, I tell you. I don't see how he got 3 or 4 yards, but he did. He's so little and short. He just squirted. He squirted those 3 yards. Good run, though, by Bo Page as Bowens gets a breather and come back into the ball game now. We have 3rd and 6. The ball's on the 11-yard line, so a big, big play here.
Here we go. Back to action now. 3rd down and about 6. Drew Coleman split to the far side. Adams under center. Pitch back to Fred. Fred cuts to the outside. He got a crease. He's down to the 5, to the 4. Touchdown, Henderson line.
All the way to the end zone. What
Charlie, we need a flag down there because he was hit.
He's hitting the end zone.
Way in the end zone that time.
Boy, I tell you what. Those guys were knocking them down and on the line of scrimmage, and one of the backs came out of the backfield. I couldn't tell. I think it might have been Costello or Cure. I couldn't tell which one for sure, but he knocked him on the ground. And little Fred broke up in there. A beautiful run for an 11-yard touchdown.
Clayton Kirsch now on to attempt the extra point as our score, Lions 22, Palestine 14. Important kick right here, Charlie. Kick is down. Snap is down. The kick is up. And it is good.
He had to double clutch it because the ball wasn't put down, but we got it.
23-14 now is our score. 8:08 to go here in the ball game, and Charlie, Lions have a 9-point lead right now. And been some fireworks here in the second half.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. Beautiful, beautiful blocking and beautiful running by the Lions there. Just, if you can imagine just how bad our offense was last week, I tell you, our offense has been just that good in the second, third quarter here.
I'm going to have to find a fire extinguisher over here to put that pencil out that Kelly Freeman's got, because it's smoking over here. He's trying to ride so fast.
Boy, it's fun to see those long drives and those long runs. That's something we hadn't seen all year, and those Henderson Lion fans across the way are whooping it up.
8:08 to go in the ball game. Lions lead 23-14, 9-point lead. Clayton Kirsch coming on the field now, and he'll do the kicking chores. That score coming in 8:08. In the fourth, Fred went in from, how far was that run there, final?
11 yards.
11 yards, okay. Clayton Kirsch now. Lions coming back on the field. Again, Charlie, that Corsicana Waxahachie score is 7-7 still, tied up third quarter. We got a good one here, too, as the Lions are going to kick off to the Wildcats after the touchdown. Kirsch, Clayton Kirsch, senior. Ball teed up on the 40-yard line.
80-yard drive there, Kelly said. It only took 4 plays. Oh, I tell you what, that is getting down the field and getting in the end zone quick.
Here is a kick by Kirsch, a high kick coming down to this side. Hits on the ball is dropped and it's on the ground, and who comes up with it? I believe the Wildcats get it, Charlie.
Yeah, they got it back.
That time Clayton kicked the ball high and to this side of the field. Gave the line defenders a chance to run under it. Palestine back came up, fumbled the kick, the reception, and the Lions almost had it, but they didn't. So big series right here. Ball spotted on the 26-yard line of Palestine. They had it 1st and 10. Time for the Lions defense to come up.
8 minutes and 1 second now. Let's see if the defense can pick up where it left off, and they can bend, but just don't break defense. Don't give anything big.
Bartula under, split backs. Wide out to the far side. Bartula long cap. Here's the handoff into Reeves of Pinson, and he almost breaks it out as Jeremy Costello trips him up by the ankle, but not after he picked up about 6 or 7 yards, a lot more like 9 yards.
Inside dive there on the veer, and I tell you what, that sucker nearly broke it all the way. My heart skipped a beat. Big play on first down, only 2nd and 1 now.
2nd and 1. Gain of 9. Wide out to the side, split backs. Bartula under. Long count again. Here's the nope. He keeps the ball and going to be stopped in there by a great play by Patrick McGinnis. Also Justin Jackson, Isaiah Allen there.
Might have made a first down. Didn't like about a yard or two. It's going to be close enough for a measurement. Get up, Patrick. Patrick's on the ground there. He's not getting up.
We're going to have an official's timeout, and we'll just keep it here as trainer Will Clark comes out. Charlie looked like a cramp.
Yeah, a little bit of cramp. Real heat, real hot tonight. The humidity is really up, and we're in the 4th quarter. These kids have really played a tough football game, and now that old body's beginning to get tired as Patrick extended himself to make that tackle, and when he did, he just got a cramp in his leg there, so he had to go out for 1 play. He's putting weight on that foot pretty gingerly there, as those things hurt.
Now he's kind of running off on his own power. We got an official's timeout for a measurement, and is going to have enough for the first down.
Yeah, he didn't like very much. It's a good defensive play. He only liked about a yard, and he got it. So Palestine will set up with a 7:14 to go in the ball game. The Lions leading 23-14. Palestine 1st and 10 from their own 36.
Break the huddle. Clock's running. Bartula under. Wide out to the far side. Split backs. Wing to this side. Long count again. And almost dropped the handoff. And Gill breaks out to the far side. And a great defensive play over there. I believe that's going to be Justin Jackson from his free safety position.
That's the way you got to come and make that play, Justin. That's the play he scored on the 1st quarter. But that time Justin came up and put the stops on him there. Good play defensively to keep that big, strong back from breaking.
Gain of about 3 yards on the play. Lions need a big defensive play right here, Charlie.
Yeah, it'd be a nice time to get a fumble, wouldn't it? A little turnover here. They might even throw the football here.
Up to the line of scrimmage, Bartula. Long count again. They're wasting a lot of time. Here is the handoff. Fumble is on the
Oh.
ground, and the Wildcats come up to it. It's Charlie. That was the dive play on the veer.
Well, somebody got in there and stuck a helmet in there, and that ball went on the ground, but had 2 or 3 maroon shirted players around it. We didn't have a chance to get to it. And Palestine recovers their own fumble, but he lost a couple of yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 9. Clock running. It's fixing to be inside of 6 minutes when the ball is snapped. Now it is on 6 minutes and running right now. 5:58, 57. A lot of time left.
We're going to say run that clock run.
Run that clock run. Now we've got to make a good play here.
Big play right here, Charlie. 3rd down and 9. Bartula under and wide out to this side. They're in the 2 tight end set. Here is the option coming down this side. He's going to pitch the ball, and the ball is on the ground, and the Lions are going to rack Henderson up way back down to the 25-yard line. Great defensive play.
Good play. They had the dive man stop, they had the quarterback stop. He turned and pitched and made a bad pitch. We had everybody covered within in that short yardage defense again, where we had about 5 linebackers up there. And he lost enough that time, Mike. It's going to be about 4th and about 15. So he lost about 6 yards. So they're going to be forced to punt the ball away. 5:22 and running. Let's do a good job on this punt now. Don't make any foolish mistakes, Lions.
Good snap. Lions going for the return. There's the kick. Going to back Drew up. Drew. And he bobbles it. Now he picks it up. He's back to the 40, to the 50.
He blocked him in the back.
He breaks to the 40, to the 30, 35, down to the 30, still on his feet. And he's racked up down there about the...
But we got a block in the back right at the point of the catch.
But the your little yellow hanky is laying on the field.
We saw it all the way, didn't we, Kelly? Line just good job by Drew Coleman filling the punt. But the referee got that one right. I saw it coming right in front of the Henderson bench, and we had one of our defensive backs down there blocking for him. But the Palestine boy had his back turned to him, and he hit him right in the back, right in front of the official.
And the official did his job. Ball going to be marched off now back to the 27-yard line of the Lions. And he indicated holding on the play, but let's penalty anyway.
I think he had pushed him in the back.
Pushed him in the back.
That's what he did.
My glasses are fogging up here. Can't see.
I don't know what the sign was, but we saw it.
All right, back to action. 5 minutes to go here in the game. Lions have it 1st down and 10. They're on their own 26-yard line. Power eye backfield. Fred Bowens at tailback. Travis Adams under center. Here's a handoff to Bowens. He breaks over to the 30-yard line, and a flag again on the play.
No. He's going to call holding right there. He came at a bad time, too.
No, we don't need to get sloppy right now.
No, we made about 6 yards, but the umpire threw that flag, and where he threw it from, you can bet your house it's going to be holding.
Holding's going to be the call. The Lions will be backed up another 10.
That's going to be tough to overcome. It's going to be 1st and 20, and we're going to be backed up about the 17-yard line.
And Charlie, we might mention, I don't know what the injury is, but Tim Fuller has been over on the bench and has not been back in the game after he made some good runs here in the ball game. And the situation now, the ball's going to be marked down to the 17-yard line. It's going to be 1st down and about 20, 4:54 to go in the ball game. Power eye formation. Adams under center. Here's the Bowens. Oh, and Fred just slipped down that time.
They were looking for the sweep that time. I think everybody in the house knew probably was going to be a sweep, like in 20 yards. That's a play that we've had such great success on, but he slipped down the backfield and lost a couple more yards. So clock running, 4:38. Lions leading 23-14. We have the football, but we have our backs to the wall back here as we're back on the 15-yard line.
2nd down and 22 yards to go. But one good thing, Charlie, the clock is running. We're at 4:25. Lions out of the huddle now. 2nd down and a bunch. Adams under center. Looking around. Here's a pitch back to Fred. Fred cuts to the inside. Got a little bit of room and out to about the 16, 17-yard line.
But we ran a wide play again, which takes time off the clock. Clock now down to 4 minutes even and running. Lions going back into the huddle as the referee puts the ball in play. Let's see if we can use some of that time in the huddle now. Don't be in too big a hurry. Coach Alexander just now sends the play in, so he's working that clock. Some people say they milk that clock all you can.
Lions out of the huddle now. We're in the twin receivers on both sides of the field, the I formation, spreading the defensive Palestine out. Here's the handoff to Fred Bowens. Bowens out to about the 18-yard line. Gain maybe of 2 yards on the play. And going to be stopped well short of the first down. That's 3:21, 3:20, the clock counting. Going to bring up 4th down and a bunch.
So we're going to have to kick the football away. Palestine will get the ball back now, but it's going to be inside of 3 minutes when they get it, as the referee
He just now set the clock.
Set the clock in motion. So, you know, I wish we hadn't stopped the clock a while ago. I wish you let him run it.
Charlie, I was hunting for 25 seconds. Uh-oh.
They don't have one out here. Okay, the situation is, as Coach Alexander letting the clock run down just as far as it can.
Hello?
We're trying to milk every second off that clock. 2:45, 2:44, 2:42. The Lions are sitting there looking at it. Now they're going to call timeout, I think, and put their punting team in there. So Coach Alexander let the clock run off about 24 seconds. And right before we got the flag, I think he called timeout. So,
Charlie, I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's take a 30-second timeout right now to play some spots. A 30-second one-spot timeout. And back to action here as Shannon Cox handling about his 3-yard line to punt. The Wildcats going to come out with an all-out rush. Good snap. The kick is up. A end-over-end kick down to Henderson. And he drops the ball. Now he's back to the 50, down to the 45. And now I thought I saw a block in the back, but it wasn't called. And now don't need to know this stuff over here now. A little extracurricular activity going on as Henderson returns the ball to the Palestine 45-yard line. 2:30 to go.
2 minutes and a half left in the ball game. Lions have a 9-point lead, 23-14, and a real good ball game this second half. The Lions have really played inspired football after being behind.
Charlie, I really think right now, don't you think the Wildcats are going to put the ball in the air a little bit?
I think it's their best chance.
9 points behind.
I really look farther to the back out of the backfield. Again, they had a lot of success a while ago throwing that swing pass, and I'm sure they thought about that. But with 2 minutes and a half, they've got to have 2 scores to win this football game. So they need one pretty quick. So I think they're going to have to put the ball in the air.
All right, Bartula under. Here's a quick pitch to Gill. Gill trying to slide up in there and breaks out for maybe about a 2-yard gain. And
Good.
That'll be brought down at about the 41-yard line. A gain of about 4 yards on the play.
Pretty good run there, because we had a couple of white-shirted lines hit him at the line. They're going. That ain't huddle, Mike.
No huddle. Bartula under. A little motion in the backfield, and he's going to kill the ball. That's just the Mayday play. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and long.
I'm not for sure that's what the Palestine coaches had in mind right then.
Yeah, that's something you really want to say. So when you get down, you don't have any timeouts left, and the Wildcats have 2 timeouts left, I believe. And
I figured they'd probably call like 2 sweeps in the row, you know, and run a left sweep and a right sweep or something to try to catch us off guard. But now it's going to be 3rd down, so 3rd and 6 here.
Bartula under. He's dropping back to pass. Here comes some backside rush, and Brett Mitchell's going to get to him. Nope, he throws the ball deep in the... Oh, and he caught the ball. The ball was tipped in the air by Chris Redwine at the 15-yard line. Bounced into number 22, the wide receiver, hands. That being, let's see if I can find my program here.
We have got to learn to intercept the football instead of tipping it.
And, Charlie, that reminds me of a play we saw down here in 1986 in the Fog Bowl. Anyway, the ball goes from the 41 down to the line, 9-yard line, clock running.
1:55 in running.
1:55 in running. As we've got, when you touch that ball, you've got to catch it. You've got to hold on to it.
That could have been a great interception there. Chris hung on to it. He tipped it up in the air, and the receiver behind him about 4 yards caught the ball.
All right, 1st and goal from the 9 now. Wildcats, Bartula under. Here comes Gill in motion to this side. Bartula, there's the little cross play, and can't tell who the running back is there. He stopped for maybe a 2-yard gain. And we'll have a timeout, and we'll take a 60-second timeout. Be back after this timeout.
Special Order Sports brings you the Big 12. Quicker than silver, tougher than steel. The Big 12 teams wage their wars on the gridiron. Opponents will clash, and battles will be fought. Who will emerge the victor? Special Order Sports, 12 teams, one strong conference. Time to test your mettle. To order this week's Big 12 game, North Texas at Texas A&M. Call your local cable operator today.
And back to play here in Palestine, Texas, as the Lions are back on the field. Our situation, we have a 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line for the Wildcats. Score 23-14. They're behind 9 points. They've got to have 2 scores to go up in the ball game. Bartula under center. Here's the handoff into Gill. Gill breaks it down to about the 3-yard line, and he's going to be brought down there short of the goal. It's still going to be 3rd down. Clock running at 1:17, 1:16. John Poole, I think, on the bottom of that pile. 3rd and goal now.
When they snap the ball, Mike, it'll be about 1 minute left in the ball game.
Wildcats out of the huddle. 3rd down in about 2, we'll call it, maybe 3. Here's the handoff. Nope, the ball is on the ground. Bartula, and he breaks to the far side, and he's going to stumble, and he's going to be dropped all the way back to the 10-yard line. Loss on the play. Charlie, that looked like a busted play that time.
Well, I think it's going to be the veer, and I think somebody came back here and maybe made the quarterback get a little bit more depth than he meant to. We're going to have a timeout.
Yeah, and we'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout. And back to Wildcat Stadium. Here's our situation. It is 4th down and goal from about the 10-yard line for the Palestine Wildcats, and they have called their last timeout, so they're not going to be able to stop the clock anymore, as they have to go for pay dirt right now. 53 seconds to go in our ball game. Lions lead 23-14. 2 big plays have put points on the board for the Wildcats. Lions in their defensive huddle on the far side.
If the Lions can stop them this play, we'll win the football game. If they score, well, then they're going to try for some kind of extra point and then an onside kick. So let's hope it don't come down to that. Let's hope we can stop them right here on 4th down.
Okay, back to action now. Bartula under center. We have White up to this side, split backs with a wing. Bartula under, long snap count. Here's a halfback pass is what they're going to try, and it's going to be knocked down in the end zone. Chris Redwine got that one that time, and incomplete, and the Lions will take over 1st and 10.
So this, we've got a guy down the end zone. He is not hurt. He just having a cramp back there.
And I'll tell you what, pass is incomplete. Lions take over 1st and 10, and let's take the final 30-second timeout. And back to Wildcat Stadium here. 47 seconds to get, left to go in the ball game. Henderson Lions lead the Palestine Wildcats 23-14. So Charlie, the Wildcats are out of timeouts. They can't stop the clock. Let's see if the Lions just take the ball and kneel on it. Adams under center. He'll take the snap and he'll just kneel. And that'll run us down to 44, 43.
Probably
46.
one more play should do it, probably, as they cannot stop the clock, as you said, Mike. And we're going to be content right there to just kneel to the ground. So referee will put the ball in play with about 30 seconds, so we'll have to run one more play.
One more play as the Lions are smelling the victory tonight. 23-14 is our score. Final seconds of the ball game. Travis Adams under center. He takes the snap, kneels down, and
that should do
13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Charlie, that's the ball game. Our final score, the Henderson Lions 23, Palestine Wildcats 14.